What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about ego. I think that a lot of people don't realize how much of an ego that they have. Like, you never want to be wrong. You always want to be bigger than the other person. You let your own thoughts encourage or influence how you proceed about moving along with things, right? I think that a lot of people, whenever they think about life, they're like, oh, I don't have a big ego. Like, the things that I do, they're never wrong. They're never wrong, and I'm always the bigger and better person, right? And I think that that is a lot of ego, right? You don't know how to accept humility. You don't know how to be vulnerable, because everything you do is supposed to be perfect and great. And realistically, that is not true. A lot of people, they don't realize how big their ego is, and especially when it comes to guys. I will be honest, guys, y'all probably have the biggest ego, because y'all want to be like the super big macho man, super big know-it-all, right? Top dog, all that type of stuff. But not everybody is like that. I mean, we're just gonna be honest. And girls have ego too. I ain't gonna hold you guys out, because girls have an ego about being the prettiest, or that they deserve everything in the world and all that type of stuff. But this isn't really about that. This is personal. I want you guys to really feel it for yourself. A lot of people, they don't realize how big their ego is. And ego starts to eat at you on a consistent basis. It affects the way that you think about yourself. It affects the way that you carry yourself. It affects the actions that you have, right? And it affects the people around you, because if you're around people that are trying to help you and trying to better you, but you're not open to being better and trying to be vulnerable, and you feel like everything you're doing is already enough, then it could hinder how you already operate and how you think, right? One thing that I've realized, especially as I was, as I've been growing up, my ego, I think that my ego has always been minimal. And that kind of sounds contradicting, because it's you never know that your ego is big until people tell you or whatever. But honestly, I've never been told that I have a big ego, right? I don't have that type of I wouldn't say aura, but I don't carry this presence of being cocky, right? I don't carry this presence of trying to be better than everyone else. I try to be better for myself. And I think that's the way that everyone should operate. Everyone should work hard to be better for themselves. Be better than you were yesterday. Don't try to be better than the person that you hate. Don't try to be better than the person that you like or that you even look up to. Try to be better for yourself. A lot of people, they try to be better for someone else instead of for themselves. And I think that, the more that you try to do that, the more you try to impress someone else, it's going to kill your ego, because you don't feel like you're going to be enough for that person. You're going to feel like you always have to do more to impress them. You always have to do more. You have to work harder, right? You have to have better results, better physique, better money, better girls, whatever the case is. And then you never feel like you're doing enough. So it plays with your ego. I think it makes people want to focus on success and inspiring other people for the worse than trying to actually gain and maintaining the growth in themselves, because like I said, you're trying to fit the roles for everyone else. You're trying to be able to meet the standards for other people instead of meeting the standard for yourself. In reality, a lot of people nowadays, they go throughout their daily lives and they're trying to impress their parents, they're trying to impress their relationships, they're trying to impress their friends, they're trying to impress some type of girl, some type of guy, right? To make them feel desired, to make them feel like they are enough. But if you drop your ego and you just realize you want to be better for yourself, it doesn't matter when you start trying to impress people. It doesn't matter when other people are trying to get at you and they tell you that you're not doing enough, or that, what you have going on is terrible, and they try to hate on you. Because it's I'm being better for myself. I'm doing what I want to do regardless, And when you have that type of mentality, you start to drop your ego, then a lot of people will actually appreciate that you're a real person. You're not a person that's walking around being super cocky, trying to flex on everybody, trying to take everybody's girl. You're humble, you stay out the way, you work hard, and you do your own thing. And a lot of people, they appreciate that more than the other person, So the importance of dropping your ego and trying to maintain who you are comes with you. You're starting with you. Why do you even feel like you have an ego that you have to inspire everybody else, that you have to maintain yourself to live up to everyone else's standards? Because you're just so used to it. It's all routine, right? You wake up, you're like, man, I got to be better for this person. I got to be better or I want to look better for this person so that they want to get with me. I want to make more money so these girls can be attracted to me. I want to make sure that I have a good job so that I can be able to maintain this and that. Because everything's a flex nowadays, right? But when you overcome that side and you realize that, look, life doesn't have to be a big flex and a big show off. I could just be me, maintain what I want to do, and then move from there. I don't think a lot of people realize that when they drop their ego, they actually open themselves to being better. They open themselves to being themselves. They open themselves to being vulnerable, right? They open themselves to getting help, to being able to be enough for themselves. Like I've been saying, ego stems from trying to maintain your image to other people. That's why you have those people that, you know, try to cock block because they don't want to see someone else win. They don't want to see someone else being great. They just want to be like, look, I'm the best thing in this room, and so you should be with me because you have no idea what you're missing out on. They lost me, so you're missing out, right? And that's cool. It's one thing to have confidence, you know. One thing to have confidence and self-love. It's another thing to be egotistical and be like, man, I'm the best thing ever. No, you're not, dude. No, you're not, especially if you're young. Like, you are not no Drake, not no high-level rapper, not no high-level entrepreneur, right? No multi-millionaire. Like, dude, you just have to find the people that accept you for you, so you're not trying to live up to the standards of everyone. And yet you're stuck on trying to live up to the standards to fit into everybody else's needs and desires, so that you could feel like enough. I don't see the reason why people do that personally. And I think that's the reason why I like to stay in my own lane, stay in my own circle, you know? And I know that some people are gonna watch this and they're actually gonna be the person that like to stay in their own lane. You guys stay out the way, you work hard, you stay humble, and yet you're doing your own thing. But there's some people on here that are egotistical. Y'all probably don't like that I'm even talking about this video, to be honest, because I feel like I'm actually talking to someone. It could be you. Why are you egotistical? Why does it matter what everyone else thinks about you? Is that just how you were in school? Like, you were trying to be the best athlete, right? Everyone attracted to you because you was this super funny guy. I mean, why does it matter so much that people have to like you, right? You're not gonna please everyone. Let's be real. You're not gonna please everyone. And at this point, you should already realize that, because there's people that probably hate on you for being egotistical, for being so great, right? Since you're since you're the best thing in the room, people are naturally going to hate on you, right? Since you are the best thing in the room. So I'm going to give you guys a couple things that you guys can do to actually work on your ego, because not everyone knows how to work on it. Not everyone knows how to take the first step, especially if you're not open to admitting it and growing, like I've been saying. Drop your ego and work on these things that I'm about to tell you, because they actually will help you in the future. Starting with this one, admit that you're wrong. Admit that you were wrong in some area, you know, that you could use improvement, that you can actually work on trying to be better. You know, a lot of people, they don't want to be wrong. They want to feel like they're right all the time, that they're right for every single argument, right for every single disagreement, right in every single situation. And if you're right for everything, then you're definitely going to be wrong somewhere. And the other thing is that even if you are wrong, maybe the other person just knows how to say, look, this argument or this fight isn't even worth it, so I'm just going to drop it. Right? And so you feel like you won the argument when really you were still wrong, but your ego is like, yeah, I was right. I won that. I did my thing with that, but yet you didn't win anything. And if you're the type of person that's like, look, you know, I need to be right about everything because I'm just perfect, then you have a big ego and you don't even realize it. So that's the first thing I'd say. Admit that you're wrong. Second thing I say is practice humility. Fall on your face sometimes and be able to pick yourself up. You're not going to be able to run with a smile all the time. You're going to have times where you get tired. You're going to have times where you fall short. I mean, you know how you are already. When you're behind closed doors, you're going through your own thing already. You're fighting your own, you know, your own battles, your own things that you got going on. And yet, in person and with these other people, you're like, look, I'm this perfect thing. I got everything going well for me, right? No one is perfect. We already know that. You have your battles and you have to fight them as well. So just be open to being vulnerable. Be open to being humiliated. And it's not bad. People see you fall on your face, maybe it's a good thing, because then they see where you came from. They see where you started. They see where you had to get up and recover from. And they have more appreciation for that because it's real, it's vulnerable, right? It's something that other people have to go through. It could be inspiring. You might be able to actually inspire someone to be better. But yet you're so focused on trying to be the perfect thing already. And that's not really what you want to be or the position you want to be in, because you're not perfect. The third thing I would say is focus on growth over recognition. Focus on trying to naturally grow instead of trying to get recognized for everything that you're doing. Work behind the scenes. You know, that's why people, they just pop out. People go ghost and then they pop out after, right? Because they have to lock in. They have to go be on their own, do their own thing without no recognition. A lot of people, they realize that. You know, that's why you talk to some people and they're like, man, I just realized you fell off. You got off of social media. You're not really doing a lot. That's because they had to realize that they have to go ghost. They have to they have to go ghost to be able to work on what they got to work on without the recognition. Not everyone's going to be able to pat you on the back and say, oh, good job, good job. You know, some people become envious of that. So you got to be careful of that anyway, because then all of a sudden you become, you know, you're going to gain more haters, and people are naturally going to want to, you know, see you fail just because you're trying to be this great person. So you got to be careful with that. Focus on the growth in yourself over focusing on the recognition, because the more that you try to focus on the growth within yourself, the more you will naturally grow. And the more that you'll actually be able to see the results that you actually want to get without having to participate in trying to be great for everyone else. Last thing I would say is have self-awareness. If you don't even know that you have a big ego, you aren't even self-aware of what you have going on. Like, you're not even being mindful of who you are, right? If you know you're the person that goes behind the closed door and you're crying, or, you know, you're struggling, and then in front of everyone else, you're like, yeah, I'm this great person, I'm happy, right? I'm good, right? When someone asks you how you're doing, you're good. But you don't understand that you actually aren't, and you're not vulnerable and being okay with that, then maybe you need more self-awareness. Maybe you need to understand, where am I at mentally, and why do I have to impress everyone else around me? Why can't I just be okay? Why can't I just be mediocre? Why can't I just be the person that needs help? Be self-aware of what you need, because the more that you try to put that on someone else to really take care of you, or a mentor to you, or to, you know, be able to help you, then you'll be able to actually seek the help that you need. But the more you try to block it off and say that you're perfectly fine and that you don't need anything, then the more that you'll stay stuck. So be self-aware of yourself, you know? But that's just some things that I would say to help you guys with the ego, because, you know, I think a lot of people, like I said, have ego problems, but they don't realize it. And it's so weird. I think that's why everyone, like, they don't want to be truly helped, because the entire world, you ask anyone in the world, how are you doing? I'm good. And to a degree, there's nothing truly wrong with that, but not everyone is good. Most likely everyone is not good, to be honest. But they're like, oh, well, I mean, this person doesn't really care about what I have to say. They don't care about the struggles that I've had, right? It's just, I'm good. Also, like, you know, how's work going? It's good, but yet you hate that job. How's the kid, you know, how's the family doing? They're doing good. You know, they're in school, they're working, they're being kids, whatever the situation is. But it's all good, you know, peaches and cream, right? But honestly, you got all these things happening behind the door, you know, and no one really is open to recognizing, like, look, I'm not good. I'm struggling. I got this going on, and I got this going on, and it's been hard, you know, it's been hard and it's been tough. But yet everyone is good, right? You got to drop the ego. Find the help that you need and be self-aware of yourself, because the more that you understand that you actually do need help and that you are self-aware of that, the more you're willing to push your ego to the side and be humble about you as a human being. Not you as whoever you are, but you as a human being, that we all need help. We all need to be able to be in a position where we can lean on somebody to be like, man, times are tough. I'm gonna drop my ego, I'm gonna go get help, I'm gonna talk to somebody about my problems so I can actually be able to find a solution to it, you know? And I think that's one of the biggest things to dropping your ego. Be vulnerable. So that's really all I got for y'all in this video. Follow me on my socials, it'll be King Malone. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you guys related with this or have anybody that needs to drop their ego, don't be afraid to send this to them, because they most likely they don't even know that they have a big ego. Let's be real. But yeah, that's really all I got for you on this video. So until then, I will catch you on the next one. Gone.